Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a tour of the old barn, like I said in the last video when I gave you a tour of the calf barn. It's not near as cold as it was last video when I was walking over to the barn. It's actually not too bad right now. Like I don't even need a coat or anything, and I actually don't feel too bad. Like there's a little bit of a breeze, but it's nice and humid, nice and warm, so I like it. So if you're wondering which one is the old barn, it's that one right there. You can see it. Like, actually no, you can't. The camera is pretty bad right now because of the sunset, but it's the one on that side, on the right side. It's like lower, but it's longer. Years older than the new barn. Like we call the old barn, and then the new barn because, you know, older and newer. But yeah, the old barn's quite a bit older than the new barn. So, and they're actually milking right now, so you might be able to see a little bit of that too. Same as last video, still really wet here, but I was prepared this time. I got my boots. So in here is where we keep most of our poopy from the cows. There's a lot in there, honestly, and we just spread it on the fields. It helps the crops grow. This right here is the old barn. So I just stood with Tim. He was in the skid steer cleaning up the feed in the I'm not sure which barn it was, but yeah, well, we just had a quick conversation. So to get to the old barn, just drive up here and got some rocks here, so when the milk truck comes, they just have to get all the tires dirty and stuff like that. And then yeah, here we go. You've actually seen this part in the last video, the milk house. This is where we keep our dip for the cows that we dip on the teats to keep them disinfected and stuff like that. This is what we use to clock in, and then here we got the time cards. So we just I'll give you a quick demonstration with mine. You just put it in there, and then you see on an empty spot there where there isn't any numbers, put it in there, and it writes that's when I come in. And then as soon as I'm done, I do it again, and then like it counts up the hours, however many hours I did that shift. Okay, so over here we got our wash machine for our towels that we use to wipe off the cows. Then we got a dryer for them. We got to keep the towels nice and clean. Here's another dip barrel. And over here for the parlor, there's the parlor. There's James. He's one of our workers. He's kind of sort of, like, he can't see a whole lot, but he does a really good job of milking. Over here is where we keep our lids for the buckets and stuff like that. Like it rinses out after and before milkings just to keep everything nice and clean. But yeah, it's a double 10 parlor. You got the milkers in there. I'll give you a more detailed, I don't know what to call it about the parlor sometime though. In the second video, when I did a tour of the shop, you might have seen me do this when I was doing the stalls. It's basically stuff to disinfect the stalls and like dry them up so that like the cows can lay on a nice, dry, clean stall. And this is what I use to scrape the poopy. This is what I used to clean off the stalls and bring back the straw. Yeah, this is why I had my boots on. And yeah, we got some cows over here. Those ones need to be milked yet behind the gate there. These ones here are already milked. This is an automatic scraper, which is helpful at times, but at times we regret putting that in. Because over there you can see, you can't really see, well kind of, you can see like there's slats over there. Instead of a scraper, it goes straight into the pit. But with the scraper, it's not as good as it seems. Sure, oh hello there. It goes back and forth, it like scrapes it all the way to the end on its own automatically, but it's not quite as good as it seems. It turns off on its own for some reason quite often, like once every day, and there's repairs on it like once every week, so like it's not as great as it might seem, but it's not bad. Here's some water troughs for the cows, the cow drinking. Yeah, we got some jerseys, and we got mostly Holsteins, as you can see over here, mostly Holsteins, but like we got like 5 jerseys, something like that. Over here is where you seen me in the introduction, the shop video. Let me turn the lights on over here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is where you see me do the stalls. There's also a scraper in here. Yeah, here's all the cows, here's the stalls that I was doing. And over here, we just recently put these in. There used to be nothing here, but and then we cleaned it all out, and then we put more stalls in here so that we would have more room for the cows, which is fairly nice. Got another water trough in here. We got quite a few water troughs in this farm. Another row of stalls here, all the way down here, goes all the way. Here's fans for the summer. There's also one in the parlor, which like just to keep us cool and to keep the cows cool, which is very helpful at times because sometimes it's like 30 degrees. Then here's the feed alley. Tim is cleaning up their feed right now because we have to clean it up every now and then so it doesn't get rotten or anything like that. And then we feed it back to them in the TMR. I'll give you more details in that eventually. Yeah, so this is how long the old barn is. I think it's around like 200-300 feet. This is the scraper boss. This is what we use to, like, if it turns off, turn it back on, or just stop it, or stuff like that. And over here we got, this is what runs the scraper. This is the motor for the scraper. We call this the bump room because, well, if you go over here, there's slats here. The scraper scrapes all of the poopy down here, and it puts it in here. And as soon as this gets full, because it's a pretty small pit, so it gets full fast. And then as soon as it gets full, we turn this pump on, and then it pumps it over to the manure pit that I showed you earlier. There's quite a bit of junk in here, like just, you know. And then yeah, here's the double row again. Then right here we got tires that we use to cover up the piles of silage and haylage and cob meal. And yeah, over there, the barn over there is the new barn, which I'm gonna give you a tour of next video probably, so stay tuned for that. And over here we got some pipes. I'm not sure where those are from, but like we wash our tractors off over there. You might see that the old barn and the new barn are connected. They are technically, but we still call them separate barns. So in the shop tour, you might have seen when I was getting the new barn cows, I did some gates over there, and then I walked through there, and then through here we got a hoof trimmer that we don't really use yet. We got a gate that we bring over there so that they can go straight across. And then in here, it's really dark right over here. There's the new barn. I'll give you a tour of that sometime. There's not too much to the new barn. Like, it's not very detailed. And also, when we bring the cows over from here over to that barn, there's a water trough here just in case if they want to drink, stuff like that. In case you're wondering what those chains are, they're basically like if the cows are over here and they're not moving, we just move them to kind of scare them, like they kind of give them a little tickle, and then like it makes it move so that they can go around, and then we can put them in the parlor. Yeah, you've probably seen that before if you watched my other video. And then there's some skid steer attachments over here. Here's the actual skid steer. More details on that when I do an equipment tour. There's Tim, but to feed the old barn. This is a pile of solid poo-poo that we take out of that pen, and there's quite a few places where it comes from. That's the TMR that we use to feed the old barn and the new barn. About it though, the old barn has like the older cows that don't give quite as much milk, and then the new barn has like the new mothers that give jeez, my talking is really bad right now. But yeah, it has like the cows that get more milk and like the younger cows. And here we also got some more of those pen cows that I talked about before. Parlor, we chase them in from there, and then we chase them in, and then they get milked. Then we let them out here. We let them go through, and then they're out, and they can eat, lay down, or whatever, and do whatever, really. This right here, I probably should have showed you this sooner, but this is the milk cooler. This is where all of the milk goes, pretty much. Yeah, we got a hose here so that whenever we go out there, we have to like put a pipe in and take it out whenever we, like, before we start, and then after we're done. So yeah, we use that hose to wash off the steps, keep everything nice and clean. On here, is where we store some stuff. These are collars that, and then they connect to this thing. It's supposed to show you if a cow's in heat or if she's not feeling good, because like it's kind of like a Fitbit, if you ever heard of those. You probably have. But yeah, like it feels how much they're moving and stuff like that, and it depends on how much they're moving. They might be sick or in heat. If you don't know what in heat means, it means that they're ready to breathe. Because if you try and breathe them when they're not in heat, then like it just doesn't work. Like nothing happens. Yeah, we got a microwave in here, a nice fridge in here, freezer, garbage recycling. This is what controls like how much the cooler cools down the milk, stuff like that. Yeah, these are water heaters, I'm pretty sure. And then here's a sink that we don't really use for anymore. We used to use it, but there's an orange right there, some stuff on top of here and there, and there's a water softener. Okay, so that's probably going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.